An ingenious way of getting to the light in a forest, of course, is to be a parasite living up in the canopy or higher off the ground. You don't have to go through all the work of growing a great big long trunk and branches. You can just be up the top there with the help of a bird. You know, like many environmentalists, I've been on quite a journey with, you know, my initial interest being about a particular group of animals, in my case birds. And the berries obviously are a way of enticing the birds to be able to carry the seeds. And these seeds are sticky inside the feces of the bird, and they stick to the bark, and then they germinate on the bark, and then the mistletoe grows its roots into the vascular system of the tree, and this tree is smothered with them, so it must be a very good host for mistletoe, because the longer we spend sitting in cars or on trains or on aeroplanes or in front of TV screens without being able to have this personal and quite profound experience of listening to bird song, to hearing rain falling through trees, to be able to watch growth and to understand the cycle of life for the reality that it is, you know, urban forests. Well, this is vital, I think. You know, we're standing in a stand of tranquil woodland in the middle of Cambridge, and I think these kinds of places are so important for enabling people to gain a sense of proportion and a sense of place in the world. Because when you start to drill down into the issues related to forests, you are talking about everything. You're talking about land use, you're talking about consumption patterns, you're talking about ecological services, you're talking about biodiversity, and of course all the forces that are leading to these changes, whether this be to do with north-south trade relations or whether it's to do with the style of consumerism we've become used to. Because despite all of our technological advancements and our great strides that we've made in recent decades, nature functions as it always has done and remains the core reality. And so urban forests, pocket parks, places where people can interact with nature, allotments, even a plant pot in the garden, all of these things I think are hugely important, and we should be doing more to enable people to have those opportunities of those kinds of interactions. Forestry and agriculture are not different worlds. They're very much part of the same equation of how we're going to be able to meet human needs at the same time as hanging on to all these marvellous environmental assets. And so that's where we've taken the discussion with the Prince's Rainforest project in recent months, is to be looking at sustainable farming and what kind of steps we can make at different levels to bring that transition about. Very exciting, again very positive in terms of ways of looking to improve livelihoods, to increase employment, to improve nutrition, at the same time as cutting carbon emissions and hanging on to the forests. It can be done.